Namaste. Welcome to Fun Friday, and this is a pre-Christmas Fun Friday, and I wanted to keep it quite simple but do a few things that maybe opened up the heart center, that allowed a little bit of space to happen in the upper body. Maybe the shoulders are a little stiff at the moment, maybe the heart is feeling a little bit compromised, and so I thought it might be quite nice to just do one or two really simple poses that encourage that kind of space to come into the upper body. And it's super simple. It's more of a meditative flow, in fact. And I'd like you to try and invite a very fluid breath into your practice as you're doing this, so that it remains very soft and very simple and very nourishing as we go through this pre-Christmas festive fun Friday. So come into a seated position, and if you can do this position, do so. Otherwise, stay on your knees. And just for a few moments, we're going to lift the heart as we inhale. And as you exhale, just round and come into yourself. So you're inhaling and opening and lifting. And then you're exhaling and rounding and coming down. So just open and lift. So I don't know if you can see, if I twist to the side a little bit, there's a little bit of an arch as I lift up. And then a rounding as I come down. And we'll do that again. Inhale. And exhale, and really feel the stretch in the back there. And come back up into seated position. I'll twist around to the camera again. And so I'm going to twist over to my left side, but this will be your right side. And just keep the hand on the knee and just twist gently. Bring the shoulders down. And if you can, just bring this hand gently around. It probably won't hold on to much, but just bring it around as if it's going to hold on to the thigh. And drop the shoulders again and just twist gently around. And breathe, exhale into the shoulders. Bring the right arm back and over the left arm, and just do a little bit of a cross there. Lift the hands and do a little bit of a spiral into the eagle pose, Garudasana. So you bring the shoulders down, you lift the hands up, and just feel that reaching into the back of your neck and stretching the muscles in the back of the neck there. And then inhale, open the arms out wide, and exhale, twist around to the other side. So this should be your left side. And just twist around, and if you can, just allow the hand, maybe it's easier one side than the other, and that's just fine. Twist around from tummy into chest and heart. Breathe, letting the shoulders relax down. And then release the back arm and bring that over the top of the front. And we'll do a little eagle position for the other side. If you can't bring your hands together like this, you can just bring them back to back. I think you can see that. And then just drop the shoulders. I decided to do the little flow today in front of the Christmas tree, make it a little bit more festive for you. And then release everything down and relax the arms. And then just let your legs come out in front of you and just drop forwards a little bit, so that you're letting some space come into your heart, into your shoulders. Relax the head and the neck. Breathe into the back of the heart. You can gently pull the feet. I know you can't see my feet, but you could gently pull the feet. Create a little bit of space there, and then we're going to come back up. And then we're going to come onto our back. Now there is a way of doing this with blocks, so that you have a little bit of support on your back if you wish to do it, but you can do it without. I'll show you both. So you're going to come down. This is where the hairstyle is not going to have been the right choice, but never mind, we'll run with it. So we're going to lift up here and come into a nice little bridge pose. And you can keep this super simple by just keeping your arms by your sides. You can interlace your fingers underneath you and just lift up. I know that my t-shirt's dropping down here, but essentially you're trying to arch into your back here. So you can bring the elbows in a little bit and
create a little bit of space here. And if you want to, especially if you wanted to stay in that for a while, I've actually got 2 blocks that are together here to make it a little bit thicker. So you can actually bring that just underneath your back. Be comfortable there. Don't sort of push up too much or go into an uncomfortable part of your back. And just allow your back to come down onto the blocks now so that you're resting the weight of your body on the blocks. There are all sorts of things you can use for this. I also have a wheel, which is like a round circular plastic thing that helps with this. I might do a little session in the new year with the wheel. But this works just fine. You can also get a bolster or something like that, and you don't even need props. I'm not a massive user of props, so you can do this without props. So you can just leave the back on there. And then I'm going to just pull the blocks out. So if you haven't got your blocks, just stay up. And then if you haven't had your arms underneath you, bring them underneath you and bring your bottom down onto your hands. And bring your bottom completely onto the flat hands. So your bum is on the top of your hands, the palms are on the mat. And you're letting your legs just stretch out in front of you. And then you pull up. Okay, and then open into the chest. And let your head drop down towards the floor. So this is called Matsyasana, the fish pose. So we've gone from a bridge to a fish. And you can just really open into the heart center. Be careful you don't overstretch your neck. And then inhale, lift the head. And exhale, just let yourself come back down again. You can just bring your arms behind your head there, interlace the fingers and look towards your feet. Maybe look a little bit to the left and then look a little bit to the right. Come back into center and then come down. Bring the knees into the chest. This, I have to say, is probably one of my favorite postures ever. Supta Balasana, sorry. It's like the upside down child's pose. It is literally one of my favorite poses at the moment. I think I start and finish every single yoga session with this. And just feel that the organs are going down into the earth beneath you. And then I'm just going to drop over to the side just for ease. And rock on up. And come forwards. So if you come, I'll do this so that I'm in the camera shot enough. Just bring your left foot forward so you're in a lunge pose. And I'm not coming up too high, so hopefully you should be able to see everything. So first things first, I'm just going to ease myself into this crescent moon pose. Maybe interlace your fingers behind you and just create a little bit more space here in the heart. And then release that. Let your hands be heavy. I'll do this left side first so you can see. But either the left hand is going to come onto the waist or the floor, and the right arm is going to come over the head. So it's giving yourself a little bit of a stretch there into the right thigh, into the right waist, and right up into the right arm. And then come back, change sides, other way, and reach over. And then come back down, and then pivot on this back foot here. Okay, lift up and let your legs stretch out in front of you. So you've got the back view first, and then the other side you'll have the front view. But we're kind of reaching over, so we're sliding the left hand down the left leg. And then letting this right arm come over our head and reach. Similar gesture, except we're now going back to front as opposed to side to side. And then you come up, bring your hand, the right hand on your waist or the floor, and let the left arm go over your head. This is like a beautiful preparation for gate pose, Padikasana. So then come back, spin around on the back foot, and just stretch into the front leg. So it's like a little preparation for Hanumanasana Granthika, the splits pose. So just a half one. And then slide this back. And then this is a really funky pose. I'm just going to come on a slight diagonal. And this is the one to not post as a photo on your Facebook profile.
This is an Anahata Chakrasana. So you bring your arms quite far in front and your bottom's really reaching up into the sky, and you let your chest slide down to the earth. Create some space there. Exhale. Inhale back up. Come all the way down. I'll just slide my feet back behind me a little bit more so you can see. Come into a little Sphinx pose. So your elbows are just in front of your shoulders, and you relax the tummy into the earth. And then open the shoulders, open the chest and heart. And exhale there. Open the elbows a little wider, slide the hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, Bhujangasana fluidly to come back onto your heels.
So we veered away from the meditation flow a little bit here, just to open the body, but we'll come back to it, so don't worry.
Come back up, right foot forwards. This side, get everything nice and settled. You can again interlace your fingers behind you and open into the heart center. And as we did on the other side, let things go. Either bring the right hand onto your waist or onto the floor and reach over. And change sides, opposite side to open on the floor, the opposite arm over the head. Come back and then pivot on the back foot. Stretch out in the front leg and let the arm come down the leg and reach over your head. We're doing a really simplified gate pose. It's supposed to look like a 5-bar gate, where if you grew up in the country like I did, they had the gates that were crossed in the middle. And we're supposed to look a little bit like that, Parigasana. And then we come all the way back, do the same movement, but in the back of the body, in the front of the body, on the opposite direction. And then come all the way back and over. Pivot around on the back foot. Stretch into the front leg, a little bit of a half split stretch there. If you've been enjoying any sports outside recently, legs get quite stiff at this time of year. And then just slide that back, and it's almost like we did at the beginning. I was talking to you at the beginning on our knees, so we're coming back onto our knees, hands on the thighs. If you can't do this because of knee issues, please come into a comfortable seated pose. I'll just come and face you. And we finish our session with a really nice open heart. Drop the chin in towards the chest and open the shoulders nice and wide, and let a beautiful smile come onto your face. This is the festive time, this is Christmas time, and I know it's an odd one for many, but let's just be grateful for the amazing things we actually do have in our lives. And allow that joy, the simplicity of joy, the simple pleasures to reign over all the things that we don't have. And bring our hands into our heart center. Drop the hands into the heart space. Keep that space, keep that joy shining brightly during the festive period. Happy Christmas, and I will see you in the new year, or on Monday, 21st of December for a live at 11 session. Otherwise it will be in the new year. Happy Christmas. Namaste.